مساء الخير واهلا بحضراتكم لقاء جديد وجناب السفير وجوله جديده في دوله من دول العالم. مجموعه من الجزر هي جمهوريه الفلبين ذات الطبيعه الخلابه المتميزه، المطبخ الفلبيني المليء بالاطعمه المختلفه، والمكونات الاساسيه يمكن في جوز الهند والاناناس، لانه الفلبين بتشتهر بانها اكبر منتج للاناناس وجوز الهند في العالم. أنواع من الشوكولاتة السائلة السميكة بيتناولوها في المناسبات المختلفة. هنعرف كتير عن الفلبين، هنعرف عن الصداقة والعلاقات المصرية الفلبينية اللي بتمتد ل 75 سنة. ده من خلال لقائنا مع سعادة السفير سولبيشو كونفيادو، سفير جمهورية الفلبين بجمهورية مصر العربية. Nice to meet you, sir, in our program. I met you before and your beautiful wife in many occasions, but we have you here in our program, in our studio. Welcome to us.
Thank you for having me, and my wife Priscilla sends her regards to you.
We send our regards to her also, and we hope we will meet her sooner.
Yeah.
She's a very nice woman. She has a very positive energy.
Thank you very much. We're looking forward to that.
Thank you. جمهورية الفلبين. تقع جمهورية الفلبين في جنوب شرق آسيا غرب المحيط الهادئ. يحدها من الشمال تايوان، ومن الغرب فيتنام، ومن الشرق بحر الفلبين، ومن الجنوب بحر سيلبس الذي يفصلها عن غيرها من الجزر في إندونيسيا. الفلبين عبارة عن أرخبيل مكون من 7641 جزيرة. مدينة مانيلا هي عاصمة الفلبين، وهي واحدة من أكثر المدن كثافة سكانية في العالم، كما تعد المركز الاقتصادي والإداري والاجتماعي للبلاد، على عكس البلدان الآسيوية الأخرى. شلالات تومالوك. تقع هذه الشلالات في جزيرة سيبو، حيث تتمثل الطبيعة الخلابة في أبهى صورها بالمياه المتدفقة على الصخور المكسوة بالطحالب. حديقة توباتاها الوطنية. تعد هذه الحديقة محمية للطيور البحرية، بالإضافة لكونها فرصة رائعة لمحبي ممارسة رياضة الغوص، هذا فضلا عن الشعب المرجانية البراقة والملونة التي تقع في بحر سور. We are going to start to talk about the historical relations between Philippines and between Egypt since 75 years.
Yeah, the diplomatic relations between our two countries, between the Philippines and Egypt, was established on March 3, 1946. And the Treaty of Friendship was signed on January 18, 1955 in Washington, D.C. by then our envoy extraordinary and plenipotentiary Raul Luterio and Ambassador Ahmed Hussein of the Egyptian Embassy in Washington, D.C. So Egypt represents one of our first diplomatic posts in the Arab and African continents.
To have a Philippines embassy.
We established the embassy here in 1960s, which was also the first in the African and the Arab continents.
What we are going to say about this development of relations between Philippines and Egypt since 75 years?
Actually, the hallmark of our relationship is on culture, on heritage and people-to-people exchanges. If I may, I would like to share that our national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal, passed through Port Said and the Suez Canal from June 2 to 8 to 7, 1882. this was his first overseas trip. He was going to Europe, and the canal was just opened many years back. So he passed through, and he made a lasting impression on him. And he said in one of his diaries that the Egypt reminds him of his hometown in the Philippines.
So it's a historical relations between the two countries. What about your staying here in Cairo and working as an ambassador? And your experience here in Egypt and the places you have been visited?
It's really an honor, a privilege to be serving here. I was posted before in India, in Germany, in Japan, and Austria. And then here, really...
So this is the first Arab country you posted?
Yes, and one of the first things we did when we arrived in 2018 was we took a trip to Aswan and Luxor. Because, of course, we read and we were informed that the antiquities of Egypt are in those two places. So we tried our best to study, to learn, to get exposed. We have been to, of course, to Alexandria, where we also have a community. We have been, lately I was in Port Said. Next week we'll be going to Damietta. So we're trying our best to reach out to all the communities here, not only in Cairo, but in the rest of Egypt.
You have been here since 2018?
November 10, 2018.
So what about your Egyptian friends here in Egypt?
We've made very good friends, actually, and we share a lot because, you know, our demographics are almost the same. We have about 110 million population. I think Egypt is about the same number. It's always in the ranking, in the global ranking, it's Ethiopia, the Philippines, and Egypt. And the median age is almost the same. So we have a quite similar, very, very young population. So we tried our best to reach out to as many of our local hosts as possible.
سعادة سفير، الحقيقة كلمني عن العلاقات المصرية الفلبينية اللي بتمتد ل 75 سنة، والعلاقات الدبلوماسية بدأت إمتى، وكلمني عن وجوده في مصر من 2018 وقد إيه هو سعيد بوجوده هنا، والصداقة لكتير من المصريين، والمجتمع المصري قريب من المجتمع الفلبيني لأن عدد السكان كبير، والمدن الكثيرة اللي هو زارها هنا في مصر وهو سعيد جدا بوجوده في مصر. So we'll talk about Philippines and about the beautiful nature there. And the tourism and the tourism cooperation between Egypt and Philippines.
You know, we have 7,615 islands.
Oh, yeah.
So one of our major tourism programs is beach. We call it beach tourism. We have a lot of world-class beaches. I think Boracay is one of the most well-known throughout the world. And of course, the Palawan beach areas. But also, we have heritage tourism. This year, we celebrate 500 years since the Spaniards came to the Philippines. And we have a lot of Christian and Catholic churches, which dates back to those number of years. And then, of course, we have ecotourism. We try to maintain that balance between recreation and maintaining the environment as much as possible. So the Philippines represents also what the East and the West can offer.
Diversity of everything.
And then we have heritage sites. For example, the rice terraces in northern Philippines. And then we have the underground river in Palawan. And a few days back, I was talking to His Excellency, the Minister of Tourism and Antiquities. So we will try our best to familiarize each other with our own tourism endowments. Of course, as far as Egypt is concerned, of antiquities, and of course the Philippines can share about our experience in ecotourism and also pilgrimages. Before the pandemic. For
the Holy Family journey.
Yeah. Before the pandemic, actually, we received a lot of the Filipino tourist groups who came over to Egypt. They went to Mount Sinai and, of course, to Old Cairo to visit the some of the churches, the underground church or the hanging church where the Holy Family stayed. So this is one thing that we will try to maximize, and also invite Egyptians who would like to see our Christian heritage also.
In Philippines.
Spiritual pilgrimage also.
الحقيقة سعادة السفير بيكلمني عن التعاون في مجال السياحة بين الفلبين ومصر، وعن جمال الفلبين وجمال الطبيعة هناك، لأن هم طبعا زي ما قال سعادة السفير الفلبين بتتكون من أكثر من 7000 جزيرة، مناظر طبيعية خلابة، عندهم سياحة الشواطئ، عندهم مجموعة أيضا من الآثار، في سياحة برضو أثرية، في مجموعة من الكنائس اللي موجودة هناك، وكثير من الفلبينيين بيجوا لمصر علشان يزوروا أماكن مقدسة هنا، وأماكن خاصة برحلة العائلة المقدسة. ويمكن كان في لقاء بينه وبين سفير، بين وزير السياحة والآثار في مصر حول هذا الموضوع، لوجود الجالية الفلبينية ووجود الحجيج الفلبيني في الفترة القادمة بعد الإعداد لرحلة العائلة المقدسة في مصر، وأيضا زيارة بعض الفلبينيين، بعض المصريين عفوا، إلى الفلبين لزيارة مجموعة من الكنائس. What about the arrangement and receiving some of the pilgrims, Philippines pilgrims, to Egypt? And you arrange with the Minister of Tourism and Antiquities.
Right
Your
now,
last meeting with him.
Yeah, right now we're trying to get their advice, because they said that the itinerary is being developed. I think there are about 12 important sites where the Holy Family visited. We visited some of them, actually. And I was told that when we go to Damietta next week, we will be visiting one of the churches where the Holy Family stayed. So with this information, we will definitely share with our counterparts in Manila, so that once the flights resume, so the pilgrimages will again resume. So we expect to receive some of our Catholic and Christian pilgrims from the Philippines. Because we're highly devoted also to the Holy Family. So these are important for us as Christians and as Filipino Catholics.
If we are going to talk about the crops, agriculture crops and exports in Philippines, and about coconut and about pineapple, Philippines is the world's largest producer of coconut and pineapple.
Yeah. Actually, in my discussions with the Ministry of Trade and Industry, especially with the Egyptian Commercial Services and the National Food Safety Authority, we have actually identified some important agricultural or food products which can be imported, exported both ways.
Trade exchange.
Yeah. Trade exchange, because it has to be it has to benefit both sides.
You have okra?
Okra, we talk about okra, potatoes from Egypt, oranges. If I may say so, you have one of the best oranges that we have tasted so far.
Yeah, but you have okra in Philippines.
Yeah, we have okra in the Philippines, oranges and dates from Egypt, and maybe potatoes. And then from the Philippines, we're looking at food and processed food. Canned tunas, canned sardines. We do that. We have a very burgeoning canning industry in the Philippines, and also possibly mangoes during the off-season.
Yeah, off-season, in winter.
In winter when mangoes are not in substantial supply.
What about your coconut and your pineapple?
Yeah, we're looking into that also. We export a lot of coconut water. It's a health drink.
Yeah.
We call coconut in the Philippines the fruit of life,
Yeah,
because you don't waste anything. You use everything.
Everything of the coconut.
For
the
drinks.
The water of coconut, the body.
The body, and also because in the old days our flooring was wood. So we used coconut husk to clean also the floorings, the wooden floorings during the old days.
Yeah. الحقيقة سعادة السفير بيكلمني عن الزراعة عندهم في الفلبين والتبادل الزراعي والمحاصيل الزراعية بين الفلبين وبين مصر، وطبعا هم بيشتهروا جدا بالجوز الهند والأناناس، وجوز الهند بيعتبر عندهم بيسمى فاكهة الحياة، لأن هم بيستخدموها في كثير من الأشياء. كل الفاكهة بتستخدم، سواء عصير أو ماء الجوز الهند أو الجوز الهند نفسه أو حتى القشرة الخارجية في أشياء مختلفة. الحقيقة كمان عندهم البامية متميزة جدا، وعندهم المانجا اللي خارج موسم المانجا في مصر. يعني احنا دايما المانجا موجودة عندنا في الموسم الصيفي، لا هم عندهم المانجا في الشتاء، فبيحصل تصدير واستيراد من هذه المحاصيل الزراعية، وبيستوردوا من مصر الكثير من المحاصيل زي البرتقال وزي غيرها، واحنا كمان بنستورد منهم التونة والسردين والسلمون والمعلبات المختلفة. We'll talk also about chocolate, about thick hot chocolate, and how you like this style of chocolate, which is called tableya.
Tableya, yes.
Tableya, and drink it on many occasions.
Yeah,
tell us about this tradition in the Philippines.
I grew up with that, especially during Christmas.
Yeah.
And New Year, because the weather is much better. It's cooler.
Yeah.
So it's tradition in our families to have chocolate drink, a hot chocolate drink, and then you drink.
Thick hot chocolate.
And you drink it together with rice
like
cakes.
Sauce.
Yeah, rice cakes that we produce.
Yeah.
Several types of rice cakes, local delicacies and pastries. With bread, we call it pandesal. We drink
I tasted
chocolate.
Philippines cuisine before. In your reception, you invite our team, and we enjoyed very much.
Yeah, we're glad that you did, because that's part of our diplomatic exchange with Egypt, is to familiarize ourselves with each other's culture and culinary arts. And we're happy to host you there last December 2019.
Yeah.
So
before Corona.
The complete meal was produced by two of our renowned chefs here in Egypt.
Yeah.
One of them is
there are many Philippines chefs that work here in Cairo.
In Cairo alone,
there
are several
restaurants
hotels
and hotels.
And also in Alexandria. So they collaborated.
So Egyptian people like Philippines food?
I think we're
I think so.
Trying to introduce it as much as we can. Yeah.
سعادة السفير بيكلمني عن الشوكولاتة الساخنة السميكة اللي بيتناولوها في الفلبين في المناسبات المختلفة اللي بتديهم جو من الدفء في برودة الجو، وبيكلمنا عن الأصناف والأطعمة الفلبينية، وأن كثير من الطهاة الفلبينيين بيعملوا هنا في كبار الفنادق وكبار المطاعم. وحقيقة سعادة السفير دعانا من قبل في منزله على الطعام الفلبيني، وكان في مجموعة من الصحفيين والضيوف من مختلف الجهات والدبلوماسيين لهذا العشاء الخاص في الفلبين، وكان يعني الحقيقة أطعمة متميزة ومختلفة. So we'll talk also about Filipino cuisine.
Yes.
And about the ingredients of this cuisine, about the rice cake, about many different food.
Yeah, our cuisine is, of course, influenced by Spain, by China, we have Chinese, we have Malay influences. So, of course, one of the main dish that we served during our last event on December 8, 2020 in Four Seasons. So we talk about Filipiniana fashion, fabrics and flavors. We serve adobo, which is one of the signature dishes in the Philippines.
Yeah.
So
you have fashion shows. You have different kind of food, different dishes with different flavors from different origins in Philippines.
Yes. From each region, they are different. We have a region that uses a lot of coconut in their dishes. We have ceviche also, which is you fish, you serve it a little raw, like. So we have areas also which use a lot of chili, so a little spicy, but not so spicy. And then, of course, we have influences, as I said, from Western influence like callos. We have some Chinese dishes also. So it's quite varied from region to region.
What about national costumes? As you wear national costumes.
Yeah, this is what we call barong. It's an office attire, but the ones that we showed last December 8.
It's a formal one?
Semi-formal.
Semi-formal.
Business attire. But we have piña, we call and very, very formal, we use on weddings and special occasions. So some of them were shown during the December 8 Filipiniana show that we had at Four Seasons.
I noticed that you are caring for wearing a national costume in every occasion.
Yeah, we do.
As I saw you in the reception and in the exhibition of Asian.
In ADSA, we met during the ADSA Bazaar, which my wife then was the president.
Asian Bazaar.
She was wearing also formal attire, and also during our and the pearl necklace from the Philippines. So
Philippines is very famous for pearl.
South Sea pearls. Yes. And then, of course, so what we showed in last December 8 is varied from, there are tribal costumes, there are, modern ones, and there are from different provinces, and mixed fabrics.
To reflect Philippines culture.
Yes.
الحقيقة سعادة السفير كلمنا عن المأكولات الفلبينية وأنها متنوعة لأن هي بترجع لأصول مختلفة ومناطق مختلفة في الفلبين، والحقيقة كان في معرض كبير لهذه المأكولات واحتفال بيضم الثقافة الفلبينية سواء من ناحية الأطعمة أو عروض أزياء أقيم في ديسمبر الماضي، وكان بيعكس الثقافة الفلبينية بمختلف أنواعها وبمختلف أصولها سواء الملابس أو سواء الأطعمة. وأنا قلت لسعادة السفير إن هو حريص دايما على إنه يلبس أزياء وطنية في كل المناسبات اللي أنا شفته فيها، فهو بيقول لي طبعا كل مناسبة عندنا ليها لبس خاص بيها. Finally, thank you for this speech. It's a familiar speech. We know very much about the Philippines, and thank you for coming here in our program.
Thank you also for allowing me to present a part of our country and to share it with our host government and our host community here in Egypt.
You're always welcome in our program. في نهاية الحلقة بشكر سعادة السفير سولبيشو كونفيادو سفير جمهورية الفلبين بجمهورية مصر العربية. اتعرفنا عن جزء كبير من ثقافة الفلبين والتنوع اللي موجود في هذه الدولة أو الجمهورية، لأنه هي زي ما قلت بتتكون من أكثر من 7000 جزيرة، والطبيعة الجميلة اللي موجودة هناك، والشعب الخليط من أصول وعرقيات وديانات مختلفة، والتفاعل الكبير بيننا وبين الفلبين وبين الشعب الفلبيني، وأن وجود في مصر كثير من الجالية الفلبينية والحاصلين على يعني منح دراسية واللي بيعملوا هنا في الفنادق ومختلف الجهات. شكرا، وإلى لقاء آخر وثقافة جديدة ودولة جديدة وجناب السفير.